Okay. I'm visible, right? Audible also. Yeah, so good evening, everyone. TCP and UDP port number, it has different port numbers. Okay, so we will be doing a lab today. Okay, so this is our lab, guys. दिख रहा है सभी को? Yes, everyone? Great. So I can see only 12 guys on camera. Yes, where are others? Attend as roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number. मेरा 5 होता था, मुझे याद आ रहा है. Most of the times in my school. Okay, great. Satish, how are you? Okay. Okay, so let's understand what we will be going to do in this lab. So it's a quick CCNA revision lab where we are going to learn multiple technologies. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this lab, you already got it. Okay, please check. The lab name is CCNA Real Lab something. Okay, please check in your portal. Okay, so what we'll be going to do here? Okay, we will be adding this computer in VLAN 10. Okay, this computer is in VLAN 20. And this computer is again in VLAN 10. And this is also in VLAN 20. Okay, so it means VLAN 10 should able to communicate. And VLAN 20 also should be able to communicate with each other. Okay, so there are few technologies which I will not cover today because like most of you don't know, maybe Ether channel, maybe HSRP. But yes, we will learn some more advanced technologies. Okay, so currently our focus is to understand the basic configuration, okay, for this lab. Okay, so I'm going to turn on all the devices. Okay. So we will configure IP address first. And don't worry if you do not understand this lab today. Okay, so do not worry. There are a lot of like almost we are going to be together for almost 60 plus 70 plus hours also. Okay, so 60-70 घंटे हम almost साथ में हैं. Okay, don't worry. We will be spending a lot of time together to understand these concepts. Okay, so from where should I start? Okay, so we can start from router 1. Okay, so this is router 1 and currently we'll see. Okay, so we'll configure just this interface FA01, config T, host name R1. Yes. Okay, host name R1, interface FA01. And do you guys see this IP here 50 dot? Okay, 50.1. I am giving here IP address 192.168.50.1. Subnet mask. Clear? Yes. Simple lab. Okay, so we are starting this lab. So in R1 FA01, 192.168.50.1 on this network. And then what I'll do here, for testing I will create a loopback. How many of you understand what is loopback? Everyone? Okay, so loopback interfaces are used for testing. Okay, so right now, consider you are a network engineer and you have already told Airtel, okay, you have already said ISP, hey ISP, I need internet connection. Okay, tell me guys, when you apply for internet connection, usually ISP takes like sometimes 2 days, 3 days to give you internet connection. Yes or no? Yeah. So consider this link is not given right now. Okay, this link ISP will give me after like they have given me time. Okay, we will give you this internet link in 7 days. And this another ISP is also saying that this ISP will also give you internet link in 7 days. So do you wait for 7 days and after that you configure your network, or you will configure your network and just pre-ready for the internet connection? You will be pre-ready, right? You will be pre-configure everything. Okay, so I do not have internet here. So what I can do, I can create loopback interface. Okay, so that I can assume that we have internet. Okay, it means if I say interface loopback, okay, it start from 0 to like millions. You can create loopback like 8.8.8.8 and consider this is my internet connection. Okay, clear everyone? So this is my internet connection. So you can assume that this is my internet connection because I'm creating a loopback here. So the same goes with R2. As of now, most of you don't know NAT. Okay, else I would shown you the real ISP. Okay, but we'll do that also. R2. So this interface FA1/0. So this FA1/0 has 192.168.60.1. 60. This network is 60. So I'm using 60.1 on the R2. And again, I'm also creating the same loopback here. Why same? Okay, so when you take ISP, so when you take internet connection from ISP, so both ISP will help you to go to google.com. Yes or no? So I'm creating two loopbacks, both on R1 and R2, so that you can assume that R1 and R2 both are connected with google.com. That's why I created the same loopback. Why I'm doing that? I want to show you that if R1 router fails, your packet will move to R2. This is what I want you to see. Okay, so if router 1 fails, your computer network will go from R2. This is what we want, right? Agar company में एक ISP down हो जाए, in company if one ISP is down, you want your traffic to go from another ISP, yes or no? You guys are CCNP, energy. ठीक है, अभी तो अच्छा लग रहा है, but after like a lot of classes, do not, you will be like, oh man, कितना पकाएंगे. Okay, so host name R1, R2. So this is like basic configuration. So now this switch, what I'm using here, this is a layer 3 switch. Most of you maybe don't know what is layer 3. Okay, but this layer 3 switch has some thing that is called, this multi-layer switch can do routing as well. And also this layer or this multi-layer switch can help you so that VLAN 10 can talk to VLAN 20 also. So when one VLAN talk to another VLAN, that concept is known as inter VLAN. Okay. And like why routing is required? Because I want to forward traffic to R1. Okay. So that's why. So means layer 3 switch understand inter VLAN and routing. Okay. Both technologies are important. So as of now, it is simple router configuration. So now what I'll do here, like on this switch 4, okay, on this switch 4, I'm going to like assign IP address on the switch 4. Okay, so switch 4 is my multi-layer switch. So I will say host name. Please look here carefully. So host name switch 4. So I go to my E00. Okay, under config T obviously. So first you say config T, host name, switch 4 interface E00. You cannot assign direct IP address here 50.2 because 50.1 I have given to router 1 this interface. So opposite side I am giving 50.2. If you give this IP automatically, the multi-layer switch is not going to accept. Let me show you. If I go to switch 4, so this is switch 4. So if I go to switch 4 E00, config T, E00, and if I try to give IP address 50.2, the multi-layer switch will give me a warning invalid input. Yes. Can you see that? Yes, guys. दिख रहा है सभी को? Why? Because if you run this command, show interface E00, okay, switch port. So by default, you can see this is a switch port. This is a layer 2 port. You can see that it is a static access. Okay, so this device is in VLAN 1. Okay, so if this interface is showing you in VLAN, if E00 is in the VLAN table, it means that is a switch port. Okay, you must be thinking, obviously this is a switch. But I want to make this a router port because this multi-layer switch can work as a router also. So by default, all the ports are switch port. I want to convert this port into which port? Router port. Clear everyone? ये switch के अंदर by default switch port है, router वाले port बनाने. Okay. By default, this is switch port. I want to make it a router port. So what I'll do, I'll go to config T and I say E00, no switch port. How simple. Like if you want to enable the port, you say no shutdown. The same way to make a port routed port, you have to say no switch port. And now if you try to give IP address, router is going to accept the IP 50.2. You can see here. Now router has accepted the IP. But if you try to give IP address on a switch port, okay, they will not accept IP. So first you have to give no switch port. Okay, it means you have to add one command here, no switch port in the multi-layer switches, then only you will be able to give IP address. Is that clear, everyone? No shutdown is required. How do I know this is layer 3? Because I have, like, this symbol is also layer 3 symbol. And additionally, how you can check? You can run a routing table command. If this command is running on a multi-layer switch, it is like showing me routing table. Can you see that? So this is a sign, this is a layer 3 switch, because layer 2 switch do not show you routing table. And in some old switches, in some old generation switches, you have to enable a command IP routing. Okay, by default in some switches, older models, it has this no IP routing. And if you try to run a command, it will show you this error, okay, that it is showing you routing table, but not exactly. It is saying that this output. So this also means this is a layer 3, but it is not showing me routing table because routing is disabled in some of the switches. So you need to enable the routing. So the first thing I would recommend you to give no IP routing. So this command will enable the routing on a multi-layer switch. And after that, make the port routed port by giving no switch port command. So दो चीजें आपको करनी है. The first thing, you go in the config mode and give IP routing to enable the routing table. So when you give this command and check a routing table, you can see a routing table that we have 50 network, 50.2 on my FA0 E00. Okay, so why I'm giving this IP address to this router? Okay, let me tell you. तो हम IP क्यों दे रहे हैं? Why we are giving IP 50.1 here, 50.2 here. Okay, so tell me where I'm going to create VLAN. Okay, so this is VLAN 10 and this is VLAN 20. So who will be my gateway? In a production network, in a real network, if you have this kind of design, all your computer gateway is going to be your multi-layer switch. Okay. So means if my computer has a IP like 192.168.10.2, okay. So my gateway will be 10.1 something, means from my network. So basically this multi-layer switch, we are going to create a SVI. So in multi-layer switch, there is a important term that is called SVI, which stand for switch virtual interface. Okay, थोड़ा सा हाँ अब लिखा जाएगा. Okay, so that is called switch virtual interface. So basically this switch virtual interface means that these computers have a gateway and that gateway is switch 4. Okay, can you see that 10.1, 20.1? So this is also like 20.1 is my gateways. Means this multi-layer switch will be my gateway. Multi-layer switch will be my gateway. So you configure this port routed and rest all the ports will be my trunk port because I'm going to create VLANs. Okay, so interface, range E01 to E03, because all the ports, what do you see? E03 and comma E1/0. Okay, because why I have added the range command? Because I want to configure all my ports together. So you can see E01, E02, E03. So that's why I say E01 to E03, comma, and E1/0. Is that clear, everyone? So I want to make these ports what? Trunk. So whenever you create a trunk port, you have to give a command, trunk encapsulation command in multi-layer switches. Like you have to give a command encapsulation, switch port trunk encapsulation .1q, and then you can easily give switch port mode trunk. So this is how your multi-layer switch creates the trunk port. Yes. I have not created SVI fast, just hold on. I'm just showing you that on one of the interface, which is connected towards your router. Okay, so which is connected towards your router, you are making this port routed, but all these ports are my switch ports still. They are still my switch ports because they are connected with switches. So I'm making, I will not change this to router port. Only this port I'm making router port. And why I'm doing that, if that is your question, because all the VLAN 10, VLAN 20, all the IP address I'm going on switch 4. Okay, so let me show you. So now switch 4 will be my gateway for VLAN 10. How? Because first you create VLANs like VLAN 10. Okay, you can give any name. And then you can say VLAN 20. If you want to give any name here, you can also give like name A, B, C, or VLAN 20, XYZ. That's your choice. Okay, but it's not mandatory. But we first you create VLANs, VLAN 10, 20. And after that, you create a SVI. So whenever you give IP address to VLAN 10 by typing interface VLAN 10, you will be able to give IP address like 10.1. No shutdown. So the same way interface VLAN 20 IP address 192.168.20.1. So why I'm doing that, guys? Because I do not have router. I have only one interface. Okay. So I cannot configure multiple IP address here on the router. So all my switches, all these are layer 2 switches. They will not give, they are not my gateways. Okay. They are just normal switches to add the computer in the VLAN. But all the computers are going to this switch 4, which is my SVI, because we create VLANs and then we create SVI. Means this all VLAN 10 computers have a gateway that is 10.1 and all the VLAN 20 computers has a gateway 20.1. Okay, so this is what we are going to do on switch 4. Okay, so that's simple. And if you go and check the ASW1 switch, this is ASW1. So if you check ASW1 something, so here also like these two ports are trunk. So config T, interface E00 or interface range E00 and -1 switch port trunk encapsulation. So this is, so you must be thinking, do we have to configure this command in the layer 2 switches also? No. But this image, what we are using, the software, what we are using in this lab, the layer 2 switch also using layer 3 kind of image, okay, or the software. So if you try to, so it's simple funda. If you able to give this command, then there is no problem. But if switch is giving you warning, then you have to give this first and then you configure. Let me show you. So if I go to config T, interface E00, and if I say switch port mode trunk, so you can see it is giving me command rejected because I have to give a command trunk encapsulation, because whenever we create a trunk port, we need to configure a encapsulation, means the tagging protocol. Okay, there is a protocol who add a VLAN number inside the packet, okay, or inside the frame. So that's why you have to give a command first, trunk encapsulation dot 1q, like switch port mode trunk encapsulation dot 1q. Dot 1q, and after that router is going to accept your trunk command. Can you see that? But earlier it was giving me error. The interface without any encapsulation will not be accepted. So first you give encapsulation, then you configure the trunk port. If you don't know what is this encapsulation, just hold on. We will learn from next classes also, like VLAN trunks, also more detail. But as of now, you understand that we have to make these two ports trunk. And also this switch has VLANs like VLAN 10, VLAN 20. Okay. The E02 port I have to add in VLAN. Switch port access VLAN 10. The interface E03, I want to add switch port access VLAN 20. Okay, दिख रहा है? बड़ा simple है. Let me repeat again what we have done. Okay, first we go to the router. Okay. Okay. So first we go to this router and we assign this IP address 50.1. Okay, you can see here 50.1, right? And you give to this interface. Okay. And after that, you create a loopback for testing. Okay, you create a loopback for testing. This is the same configuration I'll be doing for router 2 also. Okay, you can see 60.1 loopback also created. Okay, and you scroll down. So after that, like router is connected with a multi-layer switch. On this multi-layer E00 port, I have to configure 50.2, but by default multi-layer switch you cannot assign IP. Before that you have to give this no switch port command. Okay, and then the router is going to, or the multi-layer switch is going to accept the command. And once you give no shutdown, the interface is up. The rest of the port E01, E02, E010, E03, all these are 4 ports. I'm going to make them. First, I change encapsulation, because in multi-layer switches or layer 3, you have to give an encapsulation command. Then only the device will accept as a trunk port. Now, after that, if you scroll down, we have also added VLANs and also added SVI. What is SVI? Switch virtual interface. So all my LAN network, they have the gateway, and the gateway is my multi-layer switch, not router. Okay, in the company networks, my gateway is my multi-layer switch, not router. Because my multi-layer switch is going to help me to go to the router. So you can see ASW1. Also, like you added the VLANs. You added E02 in the VLAN 10. You added E03 in the VLAN 20. And this port, what E00, E01, I'm going to forward in the, I'm going to add them in the trunk port. Okay, so the same kind of configuration, R2. Okay, the switch 4 configuration, almost similar configuration we will do on switch 5. Okay, so what we can do here, we will copy and we will paste here switch 5. So what will be the changes we have to do here? नीचे ही कर लेता हूँ. So this is switch 5. So this is switch 5, hostname switch 5, E00. I want to give IP to switch 5 E00. That is 60.2, 60.2 E00 both sides. And then this interface E01, 2, and 3. And this E1/0, I want to make trunk here also. In switch 5 also we have similar concept. Also we have to add VLAN 10 and 20. But this time I'm going to give a different IP 10.2 because 10.1 I have assigned to switch 4. So this side gateway I'm giving 10.2 and VLAN 20 is 20.2. Okay, that's all the difference. And the same we have ASW2, ASW2, ASW2. So E00 and E01. Okay, luckily we have the same ports both the sides. That's why there is no big change. So E00, E01 is like trunk encapsulation, trunk port. Then you create VLANs. Then E02 is in which VLAN? E02 is in VLAN 10 and E03 is in VLAN 20. So luckily the other side is E03 is also VLAN 20. That's why we have the same configuration from the previous configuration. We just copy paste AWS1 because almost similar things, two computers, two links which are trunk. Okay, similar kind of configuration. Write command, that's your choice. You can give that. Okay. So what I'll do here, uh, okay, so I'm going to add the configuration here. Okay, so this is my configuration. You guys can check here. Okay, I'm going to copy paste the configuration we have done. Okay, it's like I'm sharing the notes. Okay, and I want all of you to understand this. Okay, just get the link. I'm sharing right away in your chat. Okay, try to check what we have done till now. Read the configuration in your mind. Okay, I'm taking 5 minutes. I'll come back in 5 minutes. Okay, but read the configuration line by line, what we have done by looking at the diagram. Okay, everyone got the link? Okay, so read this. I'll come back in 5 minutes. Okay. Any questions, guys? Just hold on. Let me unmute you. Yes, any questions till now?
What is ASB?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is there anyone who do not understand the configuration till now?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, Ravi.
Sir, my question is that we have two routers R1 and R2.
Hmm.
So the IP address is difference. There's a difference between the 192.168.50 and 192.168.60. So
Hmm.
you said that the router which are in front of each other, so the IP should be same.
So they are not actually. So I'm making this layer. I'm making layer 3. If I do not configure IP address on this multi-layer, then I can say 50.1 here, 50.2 here. Okay, but as of now, the opposite side layer 3 switch is also giving, like we are giving IP here. I got your point, what you are saying. That, but understand, routers are not connected together right now. So consider, so there are two routers. So they are not actually, if you understand, they are not connected right now like this. You are thinking like this. But right now, because there is a multi-layer switch which is opposite here, and there is another multi-layer here. And why we need that? Because this VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, so that is like all their SVI, all their gateways switch 4, yes or no? Okay, now tell me how switch 4 will pass this information to router 1. You need to run routing protocol, yes or no?
Yes.
And how
Yes,
these
yes.
yeah, so why I'm running layer 3, why I'm giving IP here? Because the switch 4, if you go to switch 4, so when I create SVI, like VLAN 10, okay, sorry, VLAN 10, not 19. You can remove by saying no VLAN. So VLAN 10, VLAN 20, you created two VLANs.
Yes.
Then you go to interface VLAN 10, and then you assign IP address 192.168.10.1. So this is what usually all companies have. Like jitne bhi companies hoti hain, all the companies, mostly all their VLANs are configured on layer 3 switches. Yes. If you don't know, so consider yes is true. Okay, so interface VLAN 20. Now 20 also has a network 192.168.20.1. Okay. Now tell me, if you see your routing table, so what do you see here? Show IP route. So you see this 20. So the multi-layer switch has 20 network also. The multi-layer switch also has VLAN 10 network. The multi-layer switch also has the network between router and the switch. Because this cable, this network between router and multi-layer switch is going to become a bridge for my switch 4 VLAN 2020. I will pass to router 1. How I will pass, tell me. Just imagine if I go to, why I'm running this, because I'm going to run routing protocol between switch 4 and router 1 so that I can pass VLAN 10 and 20 information. I can pass VLAN 10 and 20 information to the router. Are you getting my point? Okay, means VLAN 10 will talk to like this. Okay, VLAN 10 computer will pass that information here. Okay, then access switch to multi-layer. Multi-layer will pass the information to the router.
Okay.
Okay, that's the reason I'm running multi-layer. This configured as a multi-layer. Okay, or we are giving that IP.
हेलो सर.
Yes.
सर जो अपने राउटर पे R1 पे जो डायरेक्ट लाइन आ रही है इंटरनेट की सर,
वो नहीं है अभी, भूल जाओ उसे.
नहीं पहले वाले जो पोर्ट है सर उसमें कुछ कॉन्फ़िगर नहीं करना है.
नहीं कुछ नहीं करना अभी, ये एडवांस है. I have to teach you NAT and ACL properly, then we will configure that line.
ओके सर, ओके सर.
Okay.
ओके
सर हम लोग VLANs क्रिएट कर रहे हैं.
Yes, we are creating VLANs.
Okay, so we are giving the different gateways on both switches. Why?
Because if this switch goes down, your computer should go to this switch, na?
But I think we will plan for the HSRP after this.
Yeah, that also we will learn. This is what I'm. So today you will be understanding the topics what you have done till now, and rest all the things, because then I will tell you why this lab is not fully 100% able. Like we will not be able to achieve those things. Then you will understand why HSRP is important. Okay, because आज कुछ खामियां रह जाएंगी. Okay, वो पूरी करेगा बैच. Okay, by this topology you will understand why encore is important.
सर मुझे इसी लैब से ना 2 क्वेश्चन है, अभी पूछ लो या कंप्लीट करने के
बाद
बाद
में अभी नहीं.
सर एक्चुअली मेरा क्वेश्चन है
या
इस लैब से थोड़ा डिफरेंट है सर. कैन वी आइसोलेट वन नेटवर्क फ्रॉम द ग्लोबल राउटिंग टेबल?
Yes.
Sir, what is the way, sir? Can you tell me, please?
There is a concept called VRF.
Sir, you are covering everything in this lab. This is more than CCNA. Can you configure VRF also here, sir?
No.
Okay, sir.
Because VRF basically we configure in MPLS lab. Okay, so MPLS, like that, what you are talking about, it's a MPLS concept. Okay, so just for your information, whenever, if you already join networkings, we also give you pre-recorded videos of some previous topics. You can check MPLS topic. There we have covered VRF. So VRF is like obviously part of CCNP and RC. Okay, that like if you already have an RC, so you can check that content. Okay, so VRF is here. I can show you like one command. Okay, that I can do. Okay, but I will not teach the full VRF concept. Okay, that because I'm not able to achieve here. Okay, so let me give you one more example. Okay, we'll do that. Don't worry. Okay, मैं ना करना नहीं चाहता किसी को वैसे. ठीक है, चलो. But पढ़ाना भी जरूरी ना. Stick to the topic is more important. Okay, so we have configured this, and this switch 4. Okay, this is host name switch 4. So this switch 4 will pass that information to router 1. Okay, so this is what I am going to achieve here. So let's configure whatever I have done, because I have not copy pasted the configuration. Okay, so I will go to R1. So let me on all the devices. Okay, सारे console ले लेते हैं. Switch 4, switch 5, ASW1. Okay, then ASW2. Okay, and then we have Windows machine, and these are obviously it's a good RAM. Like good RAM is required to run this lab in your what we call in your home devices. Okay, because we are using the Windows machines. Okay, so the 4 computer itself is taking almost 16 GB. Okay, so all this, like we have 4 computers, Windows machines. All of you got the lab access, right? So you can check. Okay, so let's. Okay, so I'll go again. Okay, I'll go to the first router 1. I will copy paste the configuration here. Okay, so whenever you get the lab access, how to copy paste in our labs? Okay, you have to press Control Alt Shift. Okay, so Control Alt Shift. And when there is a window pop up, this is called HTML console. Click on the text input. Okay, and now you can copy paste your configuration from config T. Okay, this is how I copy paste the configuration. You can see We have configured R1, guys. Yes. And now again press Control Alt Shift or just reload from here. That window where we copy paste, that is gone. Okay, now let's copy paste in the R2. R2 is also similar. Control Alt Shift, text input, wait for my enable. Okay, so that's done. So if you are able to understand till here, at least basic IP addressing, then you are okay to proceed with the batch. Okay, hostname R2 is done. Then we will go to switch 4. This is switch 4. And so first we will configure IP routing. Then we configure the port with the no switch port command. Then we make all my ports trunk port. Then I create a VLANs like VLAN 10 and 20. Then I create VLAN gateways that are called SVI, switch virtual interface. Okay, so we'll copy. So if I do any mistake, it will give me warning. So you can see the range command is not working for me. I think there is some error. So I have to make the ports trunk properly. Okay. So means my ports are not trunk. So I have to do it manually. Maybe the range command is little different. E01 to E03. Okay. So I do not have to type E03 again. Okay. So E1/0. So that's the command. Okay. Switch port trunk encapsulation.1q. Switch port mode. Okay, so it means I have to give here, just remove this E03. Okay, so that's the correct configuration. So after that, VLAN is copied, SVI is done. So everything is okay now. Switch 4 all done. You can verify show IP interface brief. Okay, so you can see on E00 you have given the IP. On VLAN 10 and 20 you have given the IP, which is SVI. Right? And also you can verify show interfaces trunk. So all those 4 ports are my trunk ports. Clear, everyone? Good. So switch 4 is done. Now I'll go to the small switch, which is ASW1. We will just configure VLANs. Ye jo layer 2 hai na, the layer 2 switch is very simple. You just copy paste the basic configuration. You create VLANs. Okay, host name ASW1. You just create VLAN 10, VLAN 20. Okay. You just make the ports trunk interface range E00 and 1. So these two trunk ports, switch port trunk. So you can see if I give trunk command here, it is giving me the same warning that I have to give first encapsulation. Okay. So switch port trunk encapsulation.1q, switch port mode trunk. Okay. But because this image also, the software we are using here, we are behaving like we are making this switch as a layer 2, but it has an image of layer 3. That's why. If it is an image of layer 3, then we have to give this command. Layer 2 switches directly, they can take this command, take this switch port mode trunk. Okay. But for my lab purpose, okay, like layer 2 images are not easily available normally in the virtual labs concept. We have directly layer 3 and it is more powerful. So if you do not configure IP routing, they will behave like normal layer 2. Okay, so this is the thing, and we need to add E02. Switch port access VLAN 10 and interface E03, switch port access VLAN 20. Okay, so switch port mode access command is used for security. That's your choice you want to give, but it is not mandatory. Then we come to switch 5. So where is switch 5? This switch 5. Okay, where almost all configuration is same. Just we have to type here 3. Switch 5, 60.2. Okay, VLAN 10. There is 10.2, 20.2. All the copy. Switch 5. Host name switch 5. Okay, so this time no error because I removed that E0 to only 3. So all configuration done on switch 5 because it has similar configuration of switch 4. Then ASW2 similar. You just configure trunk port and add the ports into the correct VLAN. So ASW2. Okay, so this is all guys, and basic configuration is almost done. Okay, so what do you think? Can I ping from VLAN 10? Okay, and also just for your information, in switch 4, if you want to configure DHCP, in switch 4, you can do that as well. Okay, means you go to switch 4. Okay, and we will create a DHCP pool here. So let's configure DHCP pool. So that this DHCP will give me IP address in VLAN 10 and 20. So you can say IP DHCP pool. Okay, let's just give any name here, 10 or any name like marketing, sales, whatever. Network is 192.168.10.0 and the subnet mask. Okay. And then you put down the default router command. That is 192.168.50.1. And if you have any DNS server in your company, you can say DNS server is 8888 kind of. So this is DHCP pool for my VLAN 10, but I will configure in the switch 4 because that is my gateway for VLAN 10 and 20. Okay, multi-layer switch is my gateway. That's why. So then we have 20. Okay, you can use that. So network is 20.0. Default router is. Okay, sorry. Default router will come 10.1. Sorry. Okay, and this is 20.1. Okay, 10.0, 10.1, 8888. This is 20.0. Gateway is 20.1. DNS is 888. So this is how we configure DHCP pool on the switch 4. So config T and text input, paste. And you can see we configure DHCP and reload. So we configure DHCP. And if you go to this machine, you go to this machine, and we go to our Windows ncpa.cpl. This is a shortcut to go to your network connections, ncpa.cpl. Okay, and you guys can click on the status. देखो अभी यहाँ नहीं आ रहा है. We are not getting any IP. So for lab purpose, I would recommend disable and enable it back. Okay, because sometimes you are not getting IP address. So the system is trying to get the IP again. And if your DHCP is enabled, this device will get IP. So hopefully this time we got the IP. And automatically the system has got the VLAN 10 IP. Can you see that 10.3, 10.1, 88888? Yes. Clear? So this is my VLAN 10 computer. And then see the magic if now open VLAN 20. So this is VLAN 20 computer. Now if I go to ncpa.cpl and if I go and disable this, ठीक है, समझ आ रहा है? Okay, so go to details. You can see we got the VLAN 20 automatically. Okay, because if you put any system in VLAN 10, so if you connect any other computer, add this switch in the correct VLAN 10. If you assign this port in VLAN 10, the switch, this computer will get VLAN 10 IP. If you add this port in VLAN 20, this computer will get VLAN 20. So just imagine if you have 100, 200, 500 devices, automatically the switch, actually what is DHCP? So whenever you forward any packet, okay, means all VLAN 10, VLAN 20. So whenever they say I want DHCP, the request go to server and server then reply you, and then it is a broadcast packet, and that packet will go to all your VLAN 10 devices, all VLAN 10 devices. So all VLAN 10 device will get IP. Okay, the same way when VLAN 20 request, the request comes back and go to all VLAN 20 because traffic remains inside the VLAN only. But if any VLAN wants to talk to another VLAN, they need routing. Okay, and that is already enabled in switch 4. Yes or no? Yes, if you say the routing table is already working. So this switch 4 is already working as a router for me. So what do you think VLAN 10 computer should able to ping VLAN 20? So VLAN 20 IP address is 20 dot. If you go to details, 20.3. So if I go to this machine, okay, that's VLAN 10 computer. So if I go and ping, let me show you for your clarity that this is 10.3. I'm going to ping 20.3. So what do you think, we will be able to communicate or not? Why, Satish? Both networks are on multi-layer switch. We do not really need routing, right? Because VLAN 10 and 20 both are directly connected to switch 4. Switch 4 के टेबल में by default दिख रहा है ना आपको सब? Like we have VLAN 10, VLAN 20. So if already, so your traffic will go to switch 4. Switch 4 will forward the traffic to VLAN 20. There is no problem. Right? So obviously they will ping. Yes or no? Because multi-layer switch is working like a gateway. And I don't know if you understand the concept that this SVI, what we created on multi-layer switches, that is used very oftenly in the companies because all your VLANs, VLAN 10, 20, 30, they can talk easily with each other because your multi-layer switch is working like a router for them. Because multi-layer switch knows about VLAN 10, VLAN 20, and all your traffic is forwarding from the multi-layer switches. Clear? But how this traffic will go to router 1? Do you think we will be able to ping the router 150.1 IP from here? Can I ping 50.1 here? We have not done any OSPF or static routing. So do you think we will forward packet, this traffic will forward packet to 50.1? No. Okay, the switch 4 will forward to router 1, but router 1 will never come back to you because router 1 will not accept packets from 192.168.10.1 and 20.1 because router 1 do not have VLAN 10 and 20 information. So network basic, if a router do not know any source network, the packet is coming from VLAN 10 or 20. So do you think router 1 will accept the packet? No. The router, even if you try to ping the R8888, that is consider that is your internet connection. You can't ping the internet connection or 50.1 because you can't go there. So because switch 4, like why we are not able to go? Because we do not know how to forward the path. So what I recommend you all, like you can run any easy protocol, what you know, okay, like RIP, EIGRP, OSPF. It's very, very simple. You just go to switch 4, okay, and you type here router EIGRP. Okay, and whatever protocol you know, guys, right? Static routing also you can configure. Okay, so if you want static routing, you can configure that which network you want to tell switch 4. But switch 4 already have all the networks. But switch 4 will forward all traffic to router 1. And because switch 4 will go to internet also. So that's why we will put a default route to switch 4 and we will forward all traffic to router 1, which is 192.168.50.1. So switch 4 will have a default route because your computer can say, I want to go to Google, Facebook and all. So switch 4 don't know about Google, Facebook and all, but you will forward all traffic to router 1 and router 1 then have a default route towards your ISP. Are you getting my point, guys? Okay, मतलब switch 4 पर एक default route होगा. Switch 4 will have a default route which is forwarding traffic to router 1. And router 1 should also have static routes of your LAN network. Okay, means router 1 should know about 192.168.10.0. This is VLAN 10. And this is I'm getting from switch 4. That is 50.2. And the same VLAN 20 I'm getting from 50.2. So now what do you think? Can I ping now 50.1? Can I ping 50.1 now? We have the path. Router accept the packet or not? Let's see. We got the ping because we have the route. Why we are able to get the ping? Because we will forward traffic from here. Switch 4 has a default route forward traffic to R1. R1 will check, okay, 50.1 packages or 50.1. Router then forward packet back to 192.168.10.2 and router will check the static route and we have the static route here and we have the path that I want to forward back traffic to 50.2. Okay, so we got the packet back, okay, from here to here back and switch 4 already know where is 192.168.10.2 and this is where we forward the packet back to Windows 8. Okay, let me show you this how I'm going. Trace RT 888 trace RT -D. This is for fast trace route. Okay, so you can see I'm forwarding first to my multi-layer switch, which is 10.1 SVI, then forwarding the packet to router 1. Yes or no? But if I try to go to google.com, which is also like, can I ping that Google IP 8888? Because router is already connected to 8888 as an internet. So we are getting reply from 88888. It means my internet is working fine. Because your switch is forwarding all traffic to router 1 and router 1 already have that Google IP what we created for testing. After 6-7 days when we get the full internet connection. So once we have the full, when router 1 has the full connectivity, then all these machines can go to router 1 also. But we need to do NAT concept, okay, which I will explain you very soon. If you don't know, okay. And if you already know NAT, still we will be going to learn a NAT again. Okay, clear here till now. Left side network is almost ready. Yeah. The same way, like switch 5, I'm sure these computers are getting IP from switch 4 also. Because we configure DHCP pool here, right? And everything goes okay. Means we can get IP if you check this machine, which is VLAN 10. Okay, so this machine should also get IP. .4. Can you see I'm getting that IP? Can I ping google.com from here? What do you think? The network remains the same, right? So obviously we are able to ping from that devices also. But the problem with this lab, what if the switch 4 goes down? So do you think all these machines will be able to go to 8.8.8? Okay, we can do that. Okay, so basically what we have to do in switch 5 also, we need to create a DHCP pool, because in case if switch 4 goes down, switch 5 will take the charge, right? So we'll go to switch 5 and create the same DHCP pools, but this side I'll configure 10.2 and 20.2. Satish, सो जा तू, कैमरा ऑन करके गलती से वासी मत ले लेना, तभी आधे लोग ऑन नहीं रखते, मैं डांट देता हूँ. ओके, so 10.10, 10.2, so we'll configure the DHCP pool from switch 5. एक हमारा टीचर था, वो पढ़ाते पढ़ाते वासियां लेता था. He's yawning in the classes, and then whole class complained that we changed trainer. The only fault, he just yawn in the class. But as a student, you have more power, right? Teacher are not human beings. You are the only one. Okay, so 10.2, 20.2. So we created the DHCP pool here. Okay, and so what if, like, if I'm going to shut down this switch 4, okay, so this is going to be your DHCP, but remember, we need to create a default route in switch 5 also, so that switch 5 can forward traffic to R2, and R2 should also have the static routes also, the similar design on the left. Okay, so we'll create a default route which is going to point to my router 2 IP, which is 60.1, and then router 2 also should have VLAN 10 and 20 information, like IP route 192.168.10.0 towards switch 5, which is 60.2. Okay, what IP we have here? 60.1, 60.2. So I'm getting packet back to 60.2, and there is 20.0. Okay, so you can check the reachability. You can check the reachability by pinging 60.1. Can I ping 60.1? Maybe. Okay, it's showing me no. Because right now, my gateway is 50.1 maybe. It's not connected properly. The problem is, this switch 4 should also know about 60, and this 60 network should also know about 50. We need to forward. It's better to run OSPF rather than static and default routes, because it's getting messy here. You have to figure it out how many static or default routes we have to create. So it's always better to run any routing protocol in these kind of designs, because maybe if you change IP, then you have to change the static routes also. Okay, so there are things, but for as of now, I'm just showing you that if I save the configuration, and if I shut down this device, if I stop the device basically, or it's not required to shut down, what I can do, I can shut down the ports. Instead, I shut down the device. Okay, so you go to interface range E0 02 1 2 3 and comma E1/0. So I'm going to shut down all the ports. Okay, so I've shut down all the ports. You can see all down. Okay, and if computer is trying to get the DHCP again. Okay, you can disable and enable the lab for testing again. Status. Because my switch 4 is down, still I'm trying to get the DHCP IP. I'm not getting. I should get IP from this switch 5, right? So switch 5 already has a DHCP pool. You can see 10.0, 10.2 something. So obviously whatever we will try to achieve, it is going to be little messy because my IP is not getting changed properly and I'm not getting DHCP IP. Okay. So basically what we have to achieve that VLAN 10. Okay. So let me check if we are getting VLAN 10 and 20 IP here. क्या SVI बनाया था हमने यहाँ पे? Have we configured SVI here? Yes, 20.2, 10.2. SVI is there. SVI is there. 10.2, 20.2, 60.2. All okay. Then what is the issue? Why we are not getting DHCP IP? Okay, so maybe if we try to check. So the problem, you can see, so when you shut down the E03 of this interface, the ASW switch also should shut down the port. Yes or no? So अगर आप इस साइड से ऑफ करोगे पोर्ट भी बंद होना चाहिए था ना? So when you shut down the switch 4 port, the opposite side should be down. But there is a flaw. Like whenever you shut down one on side, the other side do not get shut down in the labs. Okay, so what do you have to do? Manually, we are going to shut down this E00. Because I want to show you that the port is down, which is connected to switch 4. Because my traffic is still trying to reach switch 4, but it is down. That's why I made the port down. And now let's try. Yeah, you can see when I shut down, automatically I get IP from the switch 5. Let me show you. So you can check details and you can see I got the IP from 10.2. Can you see that, guys? Can I ping google.com 8.8? Let's test. Ping 88888. Yes. Reachable. So what is this? What we have done? So this is not exact a full lab because in real world we do HSRP, we do a lot of other stuff because the major problem, what do you see here? If multi-layer switch is going down, then because the other multi-layer switch will take the charge and all. But what if the router one is down? If router one is down, so do you think the computer will forward traffic to switch 4 and switch 4 to R2? Okay, let me do that also because हमारी lab है, कुछ भी करें. समझ आ रहा है पर yes guys, are you able to understand what I'm doing? So when switch 4 interfaces are shut down, automatically this computer got the IP from another like switch 5 and I'm forwarding traffic from switch 5 to router 2. Okay, and in future we will activate the ISP links. But before I get the internet connection, I'm just testing my network because as a network engineer and all, we have to test our implementation that we are doing the correct work or not. Okay. Okay. So the question is because as a network engineer, we need to check that if this switch 4 down, if switch 4 will down, this computer can reach internet or not? Yes or no? We have seen, yes, the computer will go from this side. Correct? Because when they switch down, because this computer is enabled with DHCP And if DHCP device is down, so this device will give me DHCP. Okay. And when in the DHCP, my gateway is 10.2, and now computer change its gateway 10.2, forward the traffic to switch 5 to router 2 and ISP2. Okay. But sometimes you will be in trouble. What trouble? Sometimes you have to disable and enable the network adapters. Sometimes because if your router is stuck, like maybe it is trying to check if this DHCP will come back or not. Okay, so we need a mechanism. If this switch goes down, automatically I will forward traffic to this device. Yes or no? You need gateway load balancing. Means if my one gateway 10 dot fail, because right now this computer gateway is 10.1, 10.1. If this 10.1 gateway fail, I will automatically forward traffic to 10.2. So this technology we are going to learn HSRP, that if switch 4 goes down, I will forward automatically traffic to 10.2. Okay. So right now you can see 20 VLAN 20 device. Okay. So earlier it was getting IP from 20.1, but now it has to change the traffic to 20.2. So if I go to this machine, okay, and if I go and see the status, still the device has 20.1. So does the device change this to 20.2 automatically? क्या कंप्यूटर ने अपने आप गेटवे चेंज करा? Computer has changed the gateway itself? No. But if I disable the adapter and if I enable it back, because now computer is again try to get the DHCP IP, and now the switch 5, which is my second right side network, will give me the IP. Right? Hopefully. And it is not like smooth. Okay. Because as in a company, we need smooth transition of packets. We do not want to say disable, enable. Just imagine if you have 200 computers, 500, 2000. So if one of the ISP goes down, one of the switch goes down, do you go to all machines and disable, enable it? You need some protocol which will automatically do it for you, right? So what will happen? We will configure this topic, which is HSRP. Okay, when my switch 4 goes down, automatically I will shift traffic to switch 5, and I do not have to do anything in my computer, because computers are not going to get 10.1 or 10.2. We will configure a virtual IP 10.3 in these devices. So if 10.3 means the device who will be active, that is going to respond 10.3 request. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, we'll do that. HSRP करेंगे हम. But as of according to your knowledge, we have tested and we are able, if this switch is down, we have to just disable, enable it, the computer, and we will be able to forward to the other side. Yes. Now you can see, I just disable it. And now this device also, which is VLAN 20, you can see we got the 20.2 here also, but I have done manually, right? I just disable and enable it, and or maybe we have to wait for a lot of time. Means we can do that, but it's like a normally manual process. तो हमें यहाँ पे manual process करना पड़ रहा है. We are doing some manual configuration and all. So this is what we want to achieve. Okay. And my second question to all of you, what if like if I enable all my interfaces again, okay, I say no shutdown. Okay, from this device E00, I say. Okay, so now my device is up again. Okay, and now I want to shift the traffic again to this device, which is 50.1. Maybe this is my 1 GB internet connection. And this is like maybe my just 20 MB or backup. You want to come back to your device. You want to come back traffic to this device. So do you think the device will change this to 10.1 again? No. You can see here, if I trace RT 8888, so how your traffic is going, let's see. if your net primary connection comes back, still your traffic is going to 10.2. Yes? क्या हो रहा है ना, समझो रियल वर्ल्ड को समझो थोड़ा. Okay, that if this is like in few, like consider if this link is like 1 GB internet connection and it is like a backup like 20 MB just for my backup. If this goes down, okay, if this goes down, the device will move the traffic this side, yes or no? What if the switch comes back again? Don't you think that my switch will again forward traffic back to 1 GB? This kind of testing we will be going to do. If my router goes down, I will still forward my traffic to this side. I will teach you this concept also, because in real world, there is a, between router and ISP, there are some devices. So if this interface is down, it is very easy to tell your network to forward the traffic from this side. But it is very difficult if a network is down between ISP devices. So we have to do some testing that is called IP-SLA, which is part of your CCNP core. We will continuously ping the Google IP from this router. And if a router is not able to ping, I will disable this connection and forward all my traffic to this side. These are small pointers what are used in real networks. Clear, everyone? See, when we learn about an RC, okay, we talk about a lot of OSPF, we talk about BGP, we talk about MPLS, right? But this is mostly like if people are giving interviews, and because a lot of companies are asking OSPF, BGP, MPLS. Okay, so obviously these are very, very important. But what if companies are asking these kind of, because if you go and apply jobs in product-based companies, okay, product-based companies, suppose you apply for Samsung, you apply for Apple, you apply in LinkedIn, okay, you apply in Google. So these are product-based companies, those who manufacture their products. But when you apply for ISP jobs, like when you apply for Airtel, when you apply for Jio, you apply for Orange, you apply for AT&T, you apply for Sprint, Level 3, Comcast, right? Or whatever ISP in the world. And a lot of other companies who are also having ISP projects, like whether it is a TCS, Wipro, HCL. So TCS, Wipro, HCL, these are big companies. They have ISP projects. They also have product-based company projects. Okay. So when you apply jobs, maybe in the companies, they will ask you these kind of questions: HSRP, IP-SLA, VLANs, inter-VLAN. Okay, all these questions. And they can ask you OSPF also, obviously, because in enterprise network also OSPF is used. Okay. But when you go to ISP and all, okay, where mostly ISP or these companies, they ask you BGP a lot, MPLS a lot. That's why an core and an RC is a deadly combination to become a professional. So don't ask me next time which is more important. Okay, do not compare apple versus oranges. Both are important for your health. Vitamin C and vitamin A. क्या सही जवाब मारा है यार मैंने? Right? So both are important because this help you to understand OSP, BGP, MPLS, DMVPN. So this is more of like WAN connection. An RC will teach you WAN and core will teach you LAN. So what do you see? This whole topology show you LAN network or WAN network? LAN, right? So behind this router, okay, when router further, when you connect, so consider this is your head office. So when you have this is your Delhi office. If you have the same office in Mumbai, if you have same office in Chennai, then connectivity of Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai office is like by like topics of an RC, DMVPN, IPsec tunnel and all. But inside the company, what is going on, that most all the topics are in the Encore. And obviously in CCNA. Clear now why CCNP and core is important? I hope by these two classes, you got to know some basic fundamentals again. You got to know where we are going ahead. Because in just a CCNA, like we can't show you all the technologies because CCNA is a fundamental course now. Are you getting my point? We can't teach you EIGRP or NAT or maybe HSRP. There are a lot of advanced. Even I teach you HSRP in CCNA, but we can't go in deep dive the way we will be going to do this in NCore. So I would recommend everyone, okay, at least just as of now, try to do this lab. This is a basic lab. Just try to check if I am able to go to this 8.8.8 loopback or not. Okay. And if this network goes down, just try to disable and enable the adapter and try to check if a packet is going to this side or not. This is I'm doing manually, but we will do some kind of HSRP, which will automatically forward the packet to another side. Clear? So in this lab, what all 3-4 things we will cover more. We will come back to this lab again. This is part 1. We will do part 2 very soon once we finish this topic. So the people who are joining for NCore, we will learn ACL, we will learn NAT, we will learn HSRP. Okay, we will learn about Ether channel, which is like bundle of link. Okay, ACL, NAT, HSRP, Ether channel. And again, we will talk about VLAN, inter-VLAN. Okay, because VLAN and inter-VLAN, I'm sure you understand, but we'll cover again. Okay, means because it's a part of NCore also, means we have one more class again about only VLAN, inter-VLAN. Then we can talk about spanning tree protocol, multi-spanning tree protocol. So these things we can check in this lab also, where which port is getting blocked, which port is not getting blocked. We can give priority. Okay, then we can talk about protocol like OSPF, or it's your choice if you want to configure EIGRP. And there is an overview of BGP also. But yes, in this lab, we will focus on OSPF. And then some topics like IPSLA. Okay, and we'll talk about quality of service. We'll talk about, means बहुत सारे topic हैं, a lot of topics. I have already covered that in the introduction part. But yes, in this lab, majorly we focus on ACL, NAT, HSRP, Ether channel. Okay, VLAN, inter-VLAN we have done again. That is not enough. We need to learn little more about VLANs. Okay, about a spanning tree and all. Okay, then I'll show you IPSLA, which is more important. And if that is done, then we will continue other big labs where you learn about other technologies. Okay, as of now, I think this is the only thing you have to do. And notes I have already shared. Please check. This is your full configuration. And the lab link I'm sharing again with all of you. Okay, ये आधी lab है अभी. This is half. Okay, because we need to learn the technologies to make it full. So question time, guys. If you have any doubts, you guys can ask me. Can anybody explain me what we have done? Anybody try? Consider I'm taking your interview. Can you tell me your network design by looking at this design? Yes, anybody wants to try?
Yeah, sure.
See, those who are already having industry experience, the first question interviewer will ask you, explain your company design. और
ये तो बहुत तगड़ी लैब है यार. खूब
इतनी भी नहीं है, ये तो बच्चों वाली लैब है. तू अभी से ही डर रहा है ऋषभ.
सर अनम्यूट हो गया गलती से.
ठीक है, इसको अभी से तगड़ी लग रही है. आगे तो और तगड़ी लैब्स हैं. हाँ, या सचिन, टेल मी.
Sir, in this, by looking at this figure, we can say that we are in a company. We have configured 2 different VLANs for different departments,
Hmm.
And we are trying that both the VLANs can reach to internet,
Hmm.
and there are two routers. If one router fails, then the VLANs can reach to the internet through the second router.
Okay,
And
then
in-
tell me why we have two multi-layer switches. Why not one?
Sir, for HA purpose.
For redundancy.
if
For
if
HA
one
purpose. For
if
HA
one
purpose.
if one switch is failed, then the traffic moves through the second
Yeah,
switch.
that this technical word is called high availability. HA, high availability. Why company buy two devices? Why we have two links? Why we have two routers? Why we have two multi-layer switches? Why? Because if one device fails,
Goes down.
my company cannot risk of business loss.
Correct, sir.
That's why instead of one router, I take two routers. Instead of one multi-layer switch, I take two multi-layer switch. And instead of two internet connection, one internet connection I've taken.
We
So
have
now
two.
as an engineer, you need to understand failover. Failover means if one link goes down, your traffic should move to this side. Right? If internet link goes down, your traffic should move to router 2. If router goes down, still your traffic should move to router 2. If switch goes down, still your traffic should move to this side. Means whether the connection is down, router is down, multi-layer switch is down, in all three cases, we will shift all the traffic to
R2.
and there is an advanced concept. What if you have 1 GB of internet connection, but I don't know why what they are testing, ISP is doing some testing, and you are getting lot of delay. Means the network is very slow. So in this case also, we can do some IP SLA testing and all. If network latency is very high, this is a very advanced stage, 4th stage. If my network latency is very high, in that case also, I will shift my traffic to ISP.
So will it be manual, sir?
No, all
yes.
automation.
Cable, right?
You will be
All
sleeping and I'll be configuring.
Yeah, I
that.
grab it from the backside. Yeah.
Okay, so you know it's
Okay.
right?
Yes.
But how will it check the latency? I know it's like a future topic and we are not discussing it right now.
That's IP SLA tracking. This is what I'm saying.
Okay, so we will discuss that, right?
Obviously.
Sir, if in the case this is internet means we can do it in firewall, right? There's a load balancing. There is a concept in firewall I studied. Actually, in my company also we have configured two internet connections. So one goes down, another one will
Because
take
you
up.
are not actually maintaining the full what we call redundancy. What if your one firewall goes down?
Okay, that case.
Okay, so this is what we are 90% of the big companies. What they obviously they are going to hire you guys, L2 or L3 engineers. They all have this type of 90% of companies have this type of design. They have two routers, multi-layer switches, then the access switches, all the access switches connected to distribution switches to the router. This is most of the companies have this design. I'm sure people who working, they have similar kind of design in their company, in any of their branch office or head office.
Do we need
Yes, sir. I'm working in the Seagate. I have the same topology.
Yes. Great.
Do
Don't
we
tell.
need two firewalls?
Don't take the names.
Do we need two firewalls, sir, also?
Yeah, we
Firewalls
need two firewalls for HA. When you learn Palo Alto, when you learn about any firewall, okay, when you learn, maybe if you joined our network engineers batch, okay, where we teach firewall. So in Palo Alto, we teach HA. If one Palo Alto firewall goes down, automatically your traffic will move to another firewall.
Great.
Sir, recently I visited two clients.
Mhm.
Big clients. तो मैंने ना वहाँ पे दो सिनेरियो देखी, लैब सेम मुझे लग रही है. एक लैब में क्या था, तो एक बंदा बोलता है कि यहाँ पे मल्टीपल्स वीलैंस है, बट मेरा क्या है कि मैं एक ही वीलैन का ट्रैफिक एक गेटवे से लेना चाहता हूँ, बाकी का दूसरे गेटवे से जाए.
हाँ, that is easy. That is easy. That is all. You can ask me when I'll teach you HSRP. What we will do, we will forward all VLAN traffic from the ISP1, all VLAN 20 traffic to ISP2. We can easily achieve that. It's very simple.
तो मैंने उनको बोला कि ये सपोज ये राउटर 2 पे सिर्फ एक ही VLAN का रिवर्स राउट डालेंगे, उसी का ट्रैफिक जाएगा, बाकी तो डिफॉल्ट राउट तो डालना ही पड़ेगा इंटरनेट के लिए सर।
No, we can achieve this with HSRP यार, this is what I'm saying. क्वेश्चन अगर पूछना है ना, if you want to ask this question, sir, what we will do that if I want to forward web traffic from ISP1, traffic from ISP1, and maybe other traffic like maybe web traffic and telnet, okay, telnet traffic from R2.
नहीं, सिर्फ एक ही VLAN का ट्रैफिक इंटरनेट पे सिर्फ जाना है, दूसरे गेटवे से।
हाँ चला जाएगा, सिंपल HSRP में प्रायोरिटी हाई कर देंगे ना, लेफ्ट साइड स्विच की काइंड ऑफ।
ओके ओके,
इसमें राजीव जी क्वेश्चन ये है कि सपोज अगर वाला फायरवॉल वाला इंटरनेट ट्रैफिक बंद हो जाता है,
अबे इंग्लिश बैच है ये, तुम्हें कितनी बार बताऊं।
हाँ, जैसा द वे यू आर आस्किंग दैट यू वांट टू फॉलो ट्रैफिक फ्रॉम वन साइड ओनली ना, for VLAN 10.
That time we need to forcefully do one.
Suppose let's assume if that internet will goes down, and how the user will go to the internet.
So he's saying VLAN 10 traffic to ISP1, right, Rajiv?
Sir, all VLANs 1020 is going via R1, and 30 VLAN 30 goes via R2. Should go to.
It's okay. I'll show you. Don't worry.
Okay. Just one question or STP traffic should go by R1, and STTPS traffic goes to should go to R2.
Yeah, वो भी कर दूंगा, और बोल।
बस, थैंक यू।
जो तुम्हें चाहिए ना, जो तुम्हें कंपनी में बोलते हैं ये करो, वो पूछ लेना मेरे से।
Recently visited these 2 clients. There is a scenario. There was a scenario.
Don't worry, I'll teach you.
Thank you,
sir. मेरा सॉल्यूशन थोड़ा मुझे हिंट दे दीजिए कैसे होगा।
क्या केशव, टेल मी।
Sir, actually, let's assume there are 2 network. One is production, second one is for development. So I want to isolate, मतलब both of them. तो कैसे isolate करूं सर, ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा actually.
Why you do not create ACL? You have what kind of devices you have?
Sir, we are running Cisco network actually.
No, you have firewall or router. What exactly? Multi-layer switch भी है?
Yeah, multi-layer switch also there.
So multi-layer switch, like you can create ACL, na? Right now, one computer, like if you see here, can I ping VLAN 20?
Yeah.
Right. So what you can do here, you go to just one single command. I'm telling you, the network you want to isolate, you go to the, suppose you want to isolate VLAN 10. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So just go to the VLAN 10 port and this switch port protected. Give this command.
Okay.
So जो भी VLAN करना है ना, suppose you want to isolate VLAN 10, say that is my research department. So you go to the switches and go to the VLAN 10 ports like E02. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, sir.
इतना interface E02 switch port protected. Okay, now what will happen if you try to go to 20.3? Let's see. अभी तो जा रहा है, रुको।
तो शट नो शट करके देख लीजिएगा।
हाँ, वही देखने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। Okay, so where we configured in ASW1 na?
Yeah, sir.
So I'm thinking it will VLAN 10. Yeah, VLAN 10 ठीक है। VLAN 20 पे तो नहीं देना ना? No, I think no.
Sir, 2 switch port will protect will be not work, right?
Huh?
2 switch port to protect will be not work, right?
No, I think I'm just thinking if I'm giving access.
ट्रंक पोर्ट से सर VLAN को रिमूव कर देंगे तो।
अबे रुको, तुम टीचर नहीं हो अभी। थोड़ा तो मुझे थोड़ा
आपकी बातें बहुत अच्छी लगती है।
थैंक यू भाई, थैंक यू। ये देखो अभी तो जा रहा है, अभी भी जा रहा है। ओके, लेट मी डू वन थिंग मोर। E02 शट डाउन एंड नो शट डाउन। Okay, so basically there is a concept switch port protected. What you are asking me na? So
yes,
in
sir.
this protected basically what happens, you can see this diagram. If it is a protected port, it can go to internet, right? You can see, but protected port cannot talk to each other. Okay, so basically if I configure this,
That is the concept of
got it. So basically if I try to ping 10.4, let me check if can I ping 10.4. मेरी VLAN में होता है शायद, मुझे लग रहा है ये तो हो रहा है. इसका डिजाइन में देखना पड़ेगा एक बार मुझे. When we give this protected, so I'm just giving you a hint, okay, because my lab scenario is not according to that. But when you give the port protected command, like multiple port protected interfaces, they cannot talk to each other. Can you see that protected? It is showing you no. Okay, like you can see the example. If these are two protected, they can go to server. They are protected ports can go to unprotected, but protected ports cannot talk to each other. Okay, I'll show you this design, but I think your question is to isolate, right?
So, do we need
So
to do protected the same for the E0/3?
So what we can do here in switch 4, okay, we can create access list. Okay, like access list 1, deny. What is VLAN 20 address or VLAN 10 address? Suppose 192.168.10.0. This is the network, guys. I will teach you ACL, don't worry. So this is a command to deny this network, and rest of the traffic I want to permit. Access list 1 permit any. And then I go to my VLAN 10, VLAN 20 interface and then say IP access group 1 in, because traffic is coming inside my port. And if I means there are multiple ways. आज नहीं कुछ रुक रहा है भाई. Show access list. Okay, 10.0, it is not hitting any packet. Okay, so you can see 5 matches here. It is hitting on this. Okay, मैं कौन से कंप्यूटर से कर रहा हूँ? IP config. So this is 192.168.10.3. Wildcard ठीक है ना?
हाँ सर, 24/24 ही है ना? ठीक है सर.
Yes, sir.
एक काम और कर सकते हैं. Go to VLAN 10, IP access. थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, हो सकता है ज्यादा भी लग जाए, बट कर
it
सकते
to
हैं.
be both device under the protective.
No, protected, forget that. I'm not using protected method now. I'm using ACL. I'm trying to check with ACL by my packet is hitting on the permit command. It should hit on the this deny command because my computer is 10.0 na. And when I create this ACL, I'm going to my VLAN 20 and then I'm calling the ACL access group 1 in. Whenever a packet comes in my VLAN, I want to deny. समझ रहे हो? That I created ACL and I deny the 10.0 and I'm applying the rule in the VLAN 20 that whenever a packet comes for VLAN 10, I should block that IP.
सर ये हमारा स्विच 5 पे जा रहा है शायद, वहां पे ना गेटवे 10.2 है.
अच्छा, तभी ये सही पकड़ा है भाई. हाँ, 10.2 है. Yes, correct. Okay, so means we need to first, ये सब HSRP की गड़बड़ है. When we configure HSRP, it will not happen. So I have to disable. Okay, protected भी चल जाता, वो gateway का पंगा था शायद. But protected is for a different method. Just don't think too much about protected. Okay. So, but yes, with the ACL, it is normal. If you see, I got the gateway again, and now if I try to ping the IP, which is which VLAN? VLAN 20 or something. It's still going. 20.3 कहाँ है अब? This is 20.3. Yeah, this device is also going to another device. Means the control of VLAN 10 and 20 should be one device because you configure ACL here. And right now this device is actually coming for VLAN 10 also. नहीं, जब तक HSRP नहीं करेंगे ना, till the time we do not configure HSRP, we will not be able to fix all the issues here. HSRP is a very important protocol. Okay, because automatically we do not have to shift all this what we are doing right now, like disable, enable, ये नहीं करना पड़ेगा. Okay, now my both gateways are switch 4. Now if I try, अभी भी traffic जा रहा है. Okay, so now my packet is going with the permit command. You can see all packets are hitting on the 2888. What is the IP of this device? 10.3, right?
Yeah.
10.3 को ही block करके देखते हैं. So what access list 10 deny.
Sir, we
Host.
can disable the trunk.
No. Like VLAN 10 to VLAN 20 you're asking?
Yes, sir.
It is blocking on the trunk port, but there are a lot of ports now where you will block that. So deny host 192.1. So what was the IP of that machine? 10.3. ये करेंगे वैसे हम. I'll show you that in ACL class. But अब तुमने पंगे ले लिए ना मेरा. Access list 10 permit any. Okay, now I go to VLAN 20. IP access group, the ACL number inside. Okay, so now let's try. अब हो गया तो ठीक है, नहीं तो ACL क्लास में मिलेंगे.
हो जाएगा सर, हो जाएगा अभी.
कैसे रिमूव नहीं?
नहीं हो रहा है.
अभी भी नहीं हो रहा है.
कुछ तो गड़बड़ है दया. शो IP. ये बहुत 50 बार करा है, आज क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? See, it is not going to deny 10.3. That's the issue. Just hold on. Why it is not blocking? Why it is permitting? एक काम कर सकते हैं. So for my 20 traffic, I'm going to 20. .3. Okay, एक काम हो रहा है पर E03. If I apply on E03, which is not good, but access list. अब तो हो ही जाएगा. कोई भी नहीं हो रहा है तो. मैंने इन पे लगा दिया, देखो E03 पे, तब भी जा रहा है वो. Okay. Can I ping my 10.1? sometimes if the device is not, yeah, देखो 10.1 तो ब्लॉक हो गया, दिख रहा है? I blocked just my gateway 10.1. It is, yeah, now it is blocked. Because मैंने gateway पे ही block कर दिया. Means we'll discuss this. Okay. So we'll discuss this ACL and all. Okay, that right now I just block on E03, it is working, but normally we block not on the physical interface, we block inside the SVI. I think there is some issue with the image software sometimes, if it is not blocking the on SVI, but it is blocking on the E03, but I want to test on SVI. ठीक है? So करेंगे SVI, ACL, I would, because some of guys, they do not have ACL knowledge. So we'll cover ACL and NAT, and then we'll come back to this topic and do, after ACL, NAT, HSRP, we will come back to this lab and configure this. Okay? Clear,
Okay,
everyone?
Okay, sir.
ऑटोमेशन लेके कुछ होगा क्या? ऑटोमेशन
Automation का, yes, there is automation classes also.
सर थोड़ा सा टाइम निकाल के वो टीसीपी फ्लैग्स बता सकते हैं क्या, कितने होते हैं क्या, एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं क्या?
बीच में पढ़ लेंगे, पूछ लियो दोबारा. TCP flag. मैंने बोला था ना, like I'll give you one video where what most of headers are covered. Okay, you can watch
अगर
that.
एक्स्ट्रा है तो प्लीज उसमें अगर कर सकते हैं
हाँ,
क्या
डाल दूंगा
आप?
मैं आपको. टैक इंजीनियर के वीडियोस दे दूंगा. ठीक है, सो वो मैंने रिकॉर्ड करे थे, तो उसके अंदर लाइक यू विल बी गोइंग टू गेट TCP हेडर, UDP हेडर, ईथरनेट हेडर, ICMP, DNS, DHCP, all header classes. Just watch them. Okay.
हेलो.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, sir.
व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप है क्या?
No, there is no WhatsApp group.
ओके.
WhatsApp पे
Hello?
बस लोग दिवाली के मैसेज ही शेयर करते हैं. मैंने 5 साल पहले जो ग्रुप बनाए थे वो आज भी दिवाली भेज रहे हैं. कोई नहीं, किसी ने नहीं पूछा सर CCNA के बाद क्या करें.
पर सर कोई भी आपको भूले नहीं है अभी यार.
नहीं, वी हैव लाइक लिंक्डइन है ना.
अच्छा.
वो मोबाइल नंबर चेंज हो जाता है भाई, ईमेल आईडी नहीं होती चेंज. राइट. Any book, good book. Okay, yes, I will recommend you all that there are few books what I'll be sharing with you all. Okay, don't ask me right now. I'll give you, don't worry. Okay, the first I would recommend, and also I'm testing that. That is one of the finest book I would come across. Okay, that is, even I love the title name. The book name is 31 Days Before You Go for CCNP Enterprise Core Exam. Okay. So this book is actually, this is what we means. I'm considering that I'll be taking 31 classes. Okay. 30 to 31 classes of like 2.5 hours. And it will go up to like 2.5 into 3. It's the number of hours I committed you also, right? Approx 65 to 70 hours. तो ये सारे टॉपिक हमने करने हैं. ओके, लाइक फर्स्ट वी कवर एंटरप्राइज, पैकेट स्विचिंग, स्पैनिंग ट्री. ओके, पोर्ट एग्रीगेशन मींस लिंक ईथर चैनल. देन वी कवर EIGRP, OSPF for IPv6, BGP. This is HSRP. So means maybe I will not use the same order, but we will cover these sections. This is what we are going to refer. Clear, everyone? So this is,
और एक चीज पूछना चाहता हूँ सर, WLC लेके कुछ होगा क्या?
हाँ, WLC पढ़ेंगे. देख पूरा चैप्टर है WLC का भाई.
ठीक है सर.
WLC को डिप्लॉय करके दिखाऊंगा मैं आपको, डोंट वरी.
ठीक है.
ओके, सो वी विल कवर SD-WAN full 1 day full, like approx 2.5 to 3 hours class. SD access, Lisp and VXLAN, GRE and IPsec. ये जो दिख रहे हैं ना आपको, yes, you can see all the topics. This is what we will be covering.
Sir, can you please share this book, sir?
I will share you, don't worry. Let me check, because ये अभी क्यों नहीं शेयर कर रहे. देखो 11वें चैप्टर खाली पड़ा है, 12वां दिख रहा है. चाहिए आधी बुक. See, there is no content in 11, 12. That's why I'm downloading the latest version, which has all the data. I will buy. If I do not get, I will buy it from Cisco website. Okay, you do not have to buy. I will buy it.
सर बंदे लोग बोलेंगे वो भी चलेगा, अभी दे दो.
क्या चीज? तुम्हें बस डी ड्राइव में इतने साल हो गए डेटा इकट्ठे करते करते, कितने पढ़ लिए थे खुद? डी ड्राइव में भरी जा रहे 4 टीबी 5 टीबी हार्ड डिस्क भी खरीद ली.
सर मटेरियल होना चाहिए बस.
हाँ वही तो, वो चुल किसी की नहीं जा रही है. बट एक्चुअली में द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग व्हाट you actually actively learn, that is more important. That's why people are still attending live classes. खुद पढ़ने का एक्सपीरियंस बात कर रहे हैं. हम भी स्टूडेंट रहे हैं भाई, कभी सास भी बहू थी.
ये 13 साल का एक्सपीरियंस बता रहे हैं.
नहीं इतना भी नहीं है, मैं बूढ़ा दिख रहा हूँ तुझे.
नहीं, डी ड्राइव भरा हुआ है ऐसे बताया ना.
हाँ वो पहले देखो जब कॉलेज में थे हम, like when I was preparing CCNA, CCNP, it's like downloading lot of data, but it is like lot of information also becomes disturbance for our mind. Right now there are a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of information, but you do not have the right clarity what to cover, which things are more important. This is why I am here to help you in this. Okay. So basically, whenever you join any live batch, you do not have to consider we are learning. You have to think in this way that we are getting the experience of the another guy. Content तो हर जगह available है, right? अब ये जो lab हम कर रहे हैं, ये आज हमने सीख लिया. But maybe you are learning networking from last many years. You have not got it, right? मैं उतना ही पढ़ाऊंगा जो एक्चुअल में बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. Okay, I will focus on quality content, not just content. Content तो तुम डाउनलोड कर ही लोगे.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir, through that routing table, the VLANs will be able to talk to each other. Then what is the use of configuring VLAN?
Because it will divide the broadcast domain. It will limit the broadcast in your company. If you have a lot of broadcast packets, your company network devices CPU will be high. Network congestion, lot of problems. VLAN बनाए इसीलिए जाता है कंपनी में कि ब्रॉडकास्ट कम हो. इसलिए लोग कहते हैं, इंटरव्यू पूछते हैं ना, whenever we ask, okay, tell me why VLAN is required, they say, sir, because one VLAN do not want to talk to another VLAN. ऐसी कंपनी को अगर नेटवर्क बताना मुझे, कौन सी VLAN दूसरी से नहीं बात कर रही. Have you seen any university where students are not talking to teachers?
No, sir.
So why we need VLANs then? VLANs is basically to divide broadcast. If you divide broadcast, your company network will be smooth. The biggest reason of VLANs to divide the broadcast domain. Clear? This should be your answer.
Okay. Sir, what is the MAB?
MAB.
Mac authentication bypass.
हमें सुनना तो हुआ है. मैब कह रहे हो ना?
मैप सर.
हाँ, पोर्ट सिक्योरिटी के ऊपर थोड़ी सी, like it is like combination of AAA and port security kind of. Okay, like you put some security where your MAC address should be authenticated, then only you will get access.
I see.
Okay.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
then see you all next week.
Yes, sir. What's the lab, the title for the lab?
You're asking about the lab name?
Yeah, the name of the lab. Yeah.
The CCNA Real Lab.
Okay.
Okay, in
Sir,
the
I have-
home.
Hello,
So I
Atul
have
sir.
only one final question, sir. Actually,
Yeah, please ask.
regarding VLAN. So
Mhm.
nowadays, not all the users connected to the switch, right? Everybody is connected to the wireless networks. So how can we include them in VLAN? So this is my doubt from a long time.
So VLANs are difficult. First of all, we can have multiple SSIDs, Babu. Okay, means we can have multiple Wi-Fi names. Okay, or like you can put like suppose a company name like ABC1 for any another department, and you can have guest VLAN for guest access. I'm sure you have seen in the company. Like there is a guest Wi-Fi, there is another Wi-Fi, multiple Wi-Fis. You can put down like that. Okay, and also like on WLC, you get a lot of permissions. Like you can put this MAC address into this VLAN. You can put this MAC address into this. Means we can do a lot of stuff. WLC is completely like a controller where you can control all your Wi-Fi devices, how you want to set the quality of service, priority, bandwidth, a lot of things.
This will be covered in the course, or
Yeah, we'll cover the WLC. I will show you those options. But to implement it is little difficult, because then how we check the Wi-Fi, a lot of, I hope you understand, right?
Yes.
Means showing you the Wi-Fi access point, connecting with means I will give you WLC overview where we need to activate that option. I'll teach you that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
WLC लेकर मेरा थोड़ा क्वेश्चन है.
हाँ.
सेम SSID में हम क्या मल्टीपल VLAN टैग कर सकते हैं क्या?
No. We can do that. Like we can do that with the help of like inside WLC. We can give priority to MAC address and all. Means I'll show you WLC features, because depends on the operating system or software version of WLC. It has a lot of features also. Yeah.
Actually क्या है, मेरा कंपनी में ऐसे 15 ठो फ्लोर है. 15 फ्लोर में सेम SSID है. ठीक है, तो सेम SSID में, पर उसमें चाहिए कि फ्लोर वाइज डिफरेंट VLAN. So there is a concept of AP grouping or something like that. Is it possible, sir?
Yeah, we can do that access point grouping, or like we can do WLC. We can have multiple WLC also for multiple floors also. Like one WLC will be active for first 7 floors. Second WLC will be active for another floors. Okay, means we can do a lot of stuff here. Wireless itself is a CCNP wireless, has another certification.
Okay.
समझ रहे हो? तो सिस्को को पता है जहाँ पे डिटेल पूरा जाना है वो पूरा CCNP अलग है. If you want to get into service provider, then CCNP service provider, security is CCNP security. Okay. So this batch is limited to enterprise networks. We will focus on all the enterprise technologies. Even I am showing you the book, right? So this is what we are going to learn. Okay. If the book says, okay, we have to learn this, we will definitely try to cover that.
And sir, ISP level का भी थोड़ा knowledge चाहिए sir.
भाई मेरे पास 70-75 घंटे हैं. अब तुम एंटरप्राइज पढ़ लो या मेरे से जो मर्जी पूछ लो. Now it totally depends on your batch. If you want me to.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Vinita.
So the way you're gonna be teaching the wireless, do you think is it enough to get a job as a wireless engineer?
I think yes, as an associate level. I'm not saying that you will get a job of expert of wireless. Okay, but the CCNP enterprise do not cover too much wireless. It has only limited topics, but I'll give my best. Whatever topics we have in the Encore batch, you will cover all the topics in detail.
Okay, so why I'm asking, because the place I'm working, and this is my job to taking care of the wireless, so I need more knowledge on that. So in the Encore, I'm trying to get a certificate Encore, but for the concentration exam, I wanna select the wireless, so I can work and then gain the knowledge.
So there is some discussion going on, okay, with some trainers. They are like, one of the trainer is in Dubai right now. He has the wireless lab, like with the access points and WLC. Maybe we can start that module very soon. Okay, but we are planning with Aruba wireless first, not Cisco, because Aruba is more popular than Cisco wireless in the market.
We are Cisco family.
Yeah. Okay.
Most of them.
So see, both the concepts are same. If you learn Aruba, it's like if you know how to drive one car, it is easy for you to, yeah, it's like that. Okay, we'll cover the Aruba wireless if we will be able to cover that. So you can join that and easily you will be able to learn the wireless technologies more. Okay.
If you start Aruba, I will join. I will be the first student.
If I'll be starting, then all my 8-10,000 students, what I have trained, they will also join. The only limitation, I am teaching CCNA, CCNP only from last many years, because I have to devote my time in other things also. I wish I could cover all the technologies, but it's limited to my timings and my interest level.
After CCNP, can I go for CCIE?
Yes. After this batch, you will be ready for CCI lab. Means obviously you have to get lab batch also. How you means tips and tricks to clear. We recently started CCI lab batch. If anybody wish to focus on CCI.
Yes, sir.
So I'll be covering the technologies. The other guy is going to help you in the lab. If you are
Sir,
actually, so the really interested people who really want to give lab, let me know. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So
Yes.
this book, the one that you showed before, the 31 days, it's not the OCG though, right?
It's official Cisco guide only.
This one? I think OCG
is like, obviously OCG, it will take years to complete that book. It has 2000 pages.
Yeah, that's why I was concerned.
Yeah,
Because
it's not a concern. You can keep, that is for self-study. When I teach you topic, you go and self-study that book.
Okay, so
but I need a clear-cut notes because I have to finish this batch in 70-75 hours. Even trust me, that time I'm giving to this batch, it is more than what Cisco is saying. Cisco says 40 hours is enough for this batch. So now why I'm teaching 75, I told you, like we will go in detail. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I can like study that resource, right? If I want to really pass the NCore, then I have to study in tandem, right? Your classes and then the guide, right?
Yeah, my class and the notes what I provide you, like the today I'm sharing you the notes. So focus on my notes and this, and also I'll be making the notes with some references of Cisco books and all. Means at the end of the batch, you will be having the notes. Okay, like I have the CCNP and RC or CCNP August. Okay, means you will have this kind of notes where you will be, you are old phase almost. Matlab old, not in the age. Means you are my old student only. You are already from the beginning with me. This is what I'm saying.
नहीं तो सर हमने NRC
आपको
में
pattern पता है क्या follow होता है ना यहाँ पे, ये करो.
Yeah, I saw the.
We'll be using the same pattern. Okay, like if I'll be teaching you VLAN, it's like VLAN notes will be like this. Okay, this is what I'll be doing in my NCore batch also. Because books are easily available. If I just show you, okay, I'm teaching from book, you will refer the book. It is like the old style. What if I give you clear-cut notes? That is more promising and clear, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
अतुल सर.
Yeah.
अतुल सर.
Yes, आगे बोलो.
सर मेरे को एक डाउट पूछना, आप एक बार वो स्क्रीन खोलिए ना जहाँ पर आपने वो अभी लैब बनाई है, प्लीज.
हाँ ठीक है, लो. टेल मी.
ये तो सर ये जो है स्विच, जो स्विच 4 है, इस पे आपने ट्रंकिंग क्यों की, और ट्रंकिंग करने के बाद इस पे आपने आईपी दिया, वो क्यों दिया स्विच 4 पे? ये मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया. और फिर नीचे वाले स्विच पे फिर ट्रंकिंग किया आपने.
हाँ तो गलती नहीं करी भाई, सही किया है, बताता हूँ. ओके, सो यहाँ पर why we are giving IP here? Because first of all, VLAN 10, VLAN 20 gateway will be switch 4. Clear?
ठीक है.
Why? Because this device creates SVI, which is called virtual interface. Switch virtual interface means VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 gateway will be switch 4. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 traffic will go from this path? Because I have to make this port what?
Trunk. Okay. Thank you.
That's why I made trunk, because VLAN 10 की भी traffic जाएगी. VLAN 20 traffic, both traffic will go. That's why I made this trunk port. Clear?
Which one? The below one or the upper one you are talking about?
ये वाला भाई, ये. And you need to make this port also trunk, because if this link goes down, you will shift all VLAN 10 and 20 from this side.
अच्छा ठीक है सर. और ऊपर वाला?
ये because यहाँ से भी तो traffic जा सकती है ना?
हाँ.
Between switches you will have all trunk ports now. Between switches you will have trunk ports.
Internet ही गया.
Clear?
Sir?
Yes.
So based on your design, I think we have the same architecture here. But what happened, I think we have only one ISP. So where our AVPN router goes down from the ISP side, they have some kind of fiber problem, and then we did not have any internet. So for the future, the solution is placing the another AVPN router or the another ISP.
Yes, you should always have 2 routers and 2 ISPs.
Okay.
For a bed.
So what do you think it should be on-prem or should be in the cloud?
Means what you are asking?
So,
I know
so
on-prem
AVPN.
and cloud means what you are asking
The
me.
AVPN, if you route somewhere in the cloud, so it means you don't need to worry about the hardware failure, right?
Yeah, I know. So means right now, how, like you are talking about in cloud or you are talking about on-prem?
On-prem.
Okay, so on-prem you need to have 2 routers, obviously. Okay, so because when nowadays what is going on in the industry, there are multi-cloud technologies are going on. Okay, like one of the ISP, okay, or one of the router with the help of ISP, you connect with the AWS, and the other side you connect with the Azure. Okay, so this is also happening.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a read about this if you know about something about cloud. So there is a company called Aviatrix. So this is a multi-cloud platform for cloud networking. Okay, so read their documents. I'm not running any course right now for this, but it's a promising technology. If anybody knows already cloud, so try to check what is Aviatrix and what exactly they do. The demand of Aviatrix is increasing day by day. And if anybody wants to learn the cloud security, they can go for this platform, which is Zscaler. Okay, that's going also very good in the market.
We are using
I think
Zscaler.
this is a similar of the Prisma, Palo Alto Prisma.
Palo Alto Prisma is what?
Palo Alto, similar like that, Zscaler and Palo Alto Prisma.
Prisma is a cloud solution?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then it is yes.
It's a product under of the Palo
Because
Alto.
Prisma, I know Prisma word, right? Because I'm not teaching Palo Alto. But Palo Alto has definitely cloud-based SD-WAN technologies nowadays also.
Yes.
So definitely, but Cisco is #1 in SD-WAN. FortiGate is also going very well. Panorama is a different thing. Like you can manage a lot of Palo Alto firewalls from one single location. And Prisma, I think, yes, it's a cloud or SD-WAN kind of solution, Prisma. So Zscaler is a complete cloud security. Cloud security means your company will put the DNS IPs of Zscaler. So all your company traffic will be going from Zscaler then to the internet. Or you can put your servers behind Zscaler cloud. It is like securing the cloud networks. Okay.
Sir, in India, the TCL is the only vendor of Zscaler.
Yeah, you can directly contact Zscaler.
But everybody already using the TCL for that contact of Zscaler.
TCL means Tata Communications.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think they have a premium partnership with the TCS and Tata maybe only. Because I remember when I was in TCS at that time, like I'm talking about 4 or 5 years back. Okay, so that time like company so Zscaler projects were going on and we asked to complete their certification. The basic course or certification we have done in the company. ZCTA something, pata nahi kya tha. Okay,
Sir,
so thank you
last
all.
question tha.
Yeah.
Regarding the lab which we did today. Sir, in L2, the switch port encapsulation command won't work, or do we need to do?
In L2 switches, if you run this, if you do this lab on packet tracer, in layer 2 switch, you do not have to give encapsulation command. Okay. But in this lab, if you see here, the image I'm using, okay, so I'm using this i86L2 Advanced Enterprise SSA High Iron. This is a software. Okay, so the same kind of image I'm using here also. That's why you consider both images are L3 here. But when you try to do the lab on packet tracer, In that device, you do not have to give that trunk encapsulation command.
Okay.
Okay. Huh. Okay.
Sir,
Okay, guys, if you do not understand VLAN and inter-VLAN, don't worry. I'll be starting VLAN inter-VLAN again. Okay, if you do not understand what is SVI, okay, नहीं समझ आया अगर आपको तो दोबारा पढ़ने वाले हम SVI.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, Parvinder.
Sir, I just install new image in my switch. So how do we know it's for layer 3 image or layer 2 image?
So suppose you have a switch with a 3700, suppose. Example, 3750. So you have downloaded the image of 3750 only, right?
Yes, sir.
So
I do have like 3760. 3560 switch. So I just download that one. So whatever we download the switch, so yeah, I got your point. So we have like switch 3, layer 3 multi-layer switches are different.
Yes, multi-layer switches and L2 switches are different. Layer 3 can become L2, but L2 can't become L3.
Sir, मेरा एक last question है. Sir, according to you, which one is the best? AWS, CCNB, or security, cyber security? Because in these days we are like hearing that AWS is the best one. So please, आप मुझे बताइए, थोड़ा सा elaborate करिए. Which one is the best according to you?
See, depends on the goal, first of all. And AWS has not one course. It has almost 12 plus 15 certifications.
Okay.
Now you are asking, so Cisco is a good course or AWS? Now you can ask like that, right?
Yes.
So,
yes, sir.
So basically, Cisco is obviously, now if your goal is to become a network engineer, network security engineer, related to networking, then Cisco is obviously best, right?
Yeah.
So now if you choose that, okay, I have learned already Cisco, I know CCNA, I know about CCNP, okay, I know about some Palo Alto kind of firewall. So after these technologies, you become what? NSC, network security engineer. Right? Clear?
Right,
so once you become a network security engineer, now a lot of people already, those who are already network security engineer from last 5 years, 7 years. So you must be thinking what they are doing, how they upgrade their careers. Like one of my friend is a network security engineer, okay, in a very good company. Okay. So now these people have two choices, whether they can go and become cloud security engineer, and whether they go and become the vulnerability assessment or penetration testing engineer, pen test. So pen test comes into cybersecurity. Okay, like like recently 3 guys have taken admission in networkings, and they are already having 7 years experience into checkpoint, firewalls and all. Now they are going and becoming like vulnerability VAPT. VAPT means vulnerability assessment penetration testing. This is all like bug bounty, finding the bugs, fixing the issues. That is complete cybersecurity. Means people can make a career in network security and slowly they can transition into cybersecurity. Because directly as a fresher going in cybersecurity is little difficult.
Okay.
So this is why what people are doing in India, they get into network security. After that, they get a job of 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs. Then after that, within 2-3 years, they get up to 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, right? So within 2-3 years, when they reach up to 8 to 10 lakhs or more than that, then they can go into any direction now. Because at least they have the job now. Because you can easily become a network security engineer by doing CCNA, CCNB, Palo Alto within like 6 to 8 months. At least associate level. Right? Yeah. But there is no guarantee after cybersecurity course within 6 months, you will definitely become cybersecurity guy. It's a tough game, little bit tough game. This is why.
But, yeah. But after CCNP, do we get a good job? I
Obviously,
think so.
Yes. Why not? But not just with NP, at least one firewall is required here everywhere. At least any basic firewall. Not maybe Palo Alto, you can go for FortiGate, you can go for maybe Checkpoint. Any one firewall is required, at least nowadays. Okay,
Okay, sir.
CCNP itself is a big course. Don't underestimate CCNP because you are in CCNP. Not just because of NP. See, CCNP has given me a lot. So I will always admire this certification because it's a very good certification. ये top 5, top 10 में हमेशा मिलेगी आपको पूरे इंटरनेट पे. And it's stable from, see, certifications like cyber security, what is CH or all those, these are new certifications in the market. OSCP, okay, cloud security, AWS, these are very new. But CCNA, CCNP is last 20 years in the market.
Right, sir.
It's like Maruti of India. Okay, whether new cars will come and go, but Maruti will still keep the stage, right? So CCNA, CCNP, it will help you to become network security engineer. So once you get into network security, then you can transition into any other vertical also. If your goal is only job, just focus on the NCore. Okay, already you have CCNA knowledge. Even with NA NCore also, people will get a job also. Okay, you can apply for associate level jobs. Okay, so you're a fresher or you already have experience, Sunita?
No, sir. I'm having experience 4 years with HCL.
Okay, which technologies? Means which domain? 4 years in which domain?
Like an analyst, senior analyst.
Okay, analyst in the terms of quality.
Like
I
was in monitoring part. Like
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, means you can show this experience and apply into network because your profile was related to network monitoring earlier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then it's good. It's
with the two Cisco projects, Cisco Bank of America and Cisco Johnson & Johnson.
Okay. Noida.
Yes, sir. Noida.
Okay. Good. Okay, so just focus on the topics and apply. Okay, and try IGP also. I think if you already in HCL, IGP भी होता होगा ना तुम्हारे यहाँ? Inter job posting, like you can move to another jobs. You can try that.
Yes, sir.
A lot of my students, they have done that. They are from different profiles and.
अभी तो इंडिया छोड़ दिया सर, left कर दी HCL अब तो.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
हाँ जी सर.
सर जूनिपर का भी नॉलेज थोड़ा देंगे क्या?
सब कुछ ले लो, सारी नॉलेज ले लो एक ही बैच में. मैं एक काम करता हूँ, नया बैच बनाता हूँ, नर्सरी क्लास से लेके पूरा CCNP एक ही बैच में. ठीक है गाइस, गुड जोक्स.
बनाओ zero to hero बैच.
Yeah, 0 to hero. See, I will cover Cisco content, what is there in NCore, because NCore is already too much complex. It has a lot of topics. So it's better to focus on NCore rather than just shifting and learning a lot of other technologies. You can keep learning those after CCNP. Okay, let's finish the CCNP very well. Now you all have joined. Don't just in dilemma. This is the problem. When people enroll in CCNP, they focus on another courses, right? Don't do that. Okay, just focus on CCNA, CCNP and try to learn some security topics like firewall basics and all, so that it can make your profile. Focus on network security right now. Do not learn cloud now or maybe DevOps. Do not mix profiles. Okay. Give time to at least this certifications will definitely bring success and good job opportunities to you.